Hello and welcome. I'm Sylvia from My Kitchen Creations. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. On today's episode, we're making chipotle pork and beans. This recipe is completely different from the traditional pork and beans, but my goodness, it is full of flavor. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. For today's recipe, I am using pork butt, and this one does have the bone in it. So what I would like to do is trying to cut this in half so I can prepare it better. Here is the size that I had cut them into. So I am just going to place them into my bowl. And as for the piece with the bone, I am just going to slice it because I want the season that I'm using to penetrate into the meat. Now I am going to drizzle some oil. I am going to season with garlic powder. Onion powder, cumin, adobo seasoning, and black pepper. This is how it's looking after seasoning it. Now it's time to sear our meat. Over medium heat using a cast iron, I am going to add some oil. And we're going to allow this to get nice and hot. And we're going to sear our meat all over. As you can see, my meat is brown all over. Now we are going to place them in the crock pot. Now we are going to continue cooking the rest of our meat. Guys, doesn't this look delicious already? So now we are going to prepare our sauce. Using the same skillet over medium-low heat, I am going to add my onion. And we're going to saute for 2 minutes. As you can see, my onion is changing color. That's because of all the bits and flavor that was stuck to the bottom of this skillet. Now I am going to add my garlic. And we're going to saute for another minute. After a minute, we are going to add our tomato paste. Now we are going to cook this for 3 minutes. So we do not want our tomato paste to have a raw taste to it. So this is why we are cooking it for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, we're going to add our chipotle peppers. Now go ahead and cook this for another 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we are going to add our orange juice. By using the orange juice, it will not taste orangey. It will just give this a little sweetness. After adding in your orange juice, go in with your chicken broth. Give that a stir. And this is still over medium-low. Now we are going to season with oregano, coriander, cumin, black pepper, adobo seasoning. Now go ahead and give that a good stir. And we're going to allow this to come to a simmer. Now that it is simmering, I am going to turn off the heat. I am going to turn on my crock pot, set this on high, and I am going to cook this for 5 hours. After pouring your sauce, now it's time to add our bay leaves. Just going to stick that right in there. Make sure it is submerged. Now add your lid and I'll see you guys in 5 hours. After 5 hours, this is how our meat is looking. Nice and tender, as you can see, comes right off. So what I'm doing now is breaking the meat up a little bit before adding our beans. After breaking up the meat, go ahead and give it a taste to see if it needs any additional seasoning. So I did went and taste mine, and mine does need a little bit more of black pepper, some garlic powder, and a little bit of salt. And I will be tasting this again after adding in my butter beans. And make sure you drain the water out of the butter beans before adding it to your meat. Now we're going to give this a stir. After stirring this, go ahead and put your lid back on, and I am going to set the timer on high for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, this is how it's looking, and this should take us to the end of our recipe. Hello guys, so my chipotle pork and beans is ready. Take a look. Doesn't this look amazing? Guys, you can serve this as burritos, tacos, over rice, whatever your heart desires. Thank you so much for cooking with me today, and I'll catch you guys later.